Hi, everybody. This post is going to be a lot different than some of the other posts because I'm kind of contemplating the question of, where do I go from here? So, if you've looked at any other posts on this channel, you'll know that our mission is to raise young girls to grow up to be confident women. And the top of the most important aspect of that is something that if you listen, you'll hear in everyday life, which is women saying sorry when there's nothing to be sorry for. And specifically with raising my daughter, this became, the thing that I'm trying the hardest to help her with as she grows up, so that she knows she can be confident and hold her space and not have to apologize for nothing and when it's not called for. And I will be honest that when we started this, that was just the goal, was just to stop little girls from saying sorry so they didn't grow up to be women who said sorry. But it's gotten to a point where, I really need to think about a way that we can spread the word better. I'm not a social media expert. I started this off purely as a passion project so I could show my daughter that, any one person, if they work hard enough, can change the world. And so what I realized that what I should be doing is trying to figure out some way to spread the word better. And in order to do that, we're essentially going to need help and, and to reach out to people who have broader platforms and more reach, and to rally around, a way that really society and people in society can get their head around, this idea of saying no sorry. So, the best that I can think of and where we are now is that in order to get to some of these people, it's going to be expensive. And so we're going to try to raise some money for the org in a couple of different ways. The first way is just through these videos. I realized that, and I really don't know how it works, but I realized that, social media accounts that build audiences can somehow monetize. And so, just sharing the video or sending these videos to someone who you think could either use some fatherly advice like our normal videos, or who you think would just be impassioned by the idea of trying to raise little girls to be more confident women, like that would be super helpful, number one. But number two, if you really want to directly support the mission, we have put up a TikTok shop and also an e-commerce site attached to the regular site, nosorry.org, where you can buy shirts like this. And every single dollar that we raise will be essentially just reinvested back in creating more content to help young girls grow up to be more confident women. So if that's something that I'm passionate about, and if you share with me in any way that you can help out, whether it's forwarding this video to somebody who has a platform, resharing on your own platform, the other ways you can share, like duets, reposts, things like that. Any of that will really help. But just remember that it all comes back to the single goal, which is, this idea that if we can get the phrase no sorry to be as common as saying bless you after somebody sneezes, but after somebody says a sorry for no reason, if we can all just as a society rally around this idea of saying no sorry, I think at that point it will spread to where it just eliminates itself, because it'll be everywhere. So that's the mission, that's the goal. And if there's any way that you can help with that, I would really appreciate it, because so far, I've been able to do so much, using my own money and time. But I just realized that I can't do it alone. So I'm going to need everyone's help. And even if that help is just a small gesture, like a share or a like or something like that, which is essentially free, all the way up to, making a purchase on our site to help monetarily support building content, traveling to make content, meeting people who have overcome confidence issues. I have ideas for women leaders in business and politics and art and culture and things like that. But in order to do that, we're really going to need everybody's help, and we'll just see how far we have to go before young girls stop saying sorry for no reason. Thanks, everybody. Have a great evening.